And we see that with two of our teams being ranked in the top 10 in the nation this week. Eagles! And welcome to the official Emmaus Athletic Podcast. In the Nest, I'm your co-host, Shane Douglas, here with my co-host, Matthew Tomlinson.
Hi.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm great, Shane. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Matt and I are fresh out of the car from a road trip.
We literally got back to campus and got out of the car and walked right into the studio.
We were texting Will, our engineer. We were like, dude, we're there, 3:10. Like, let's get it done. Boom, whatever. Potty break right here. We're going.
Boom.
So we had time to debrief a little bit in the car, not too much. I got a little tired. Matt was driving, but
we're here.
Yeah, man. It's been an exciting week for Emmaus sports,
Holy cow.
Even just for Emmaus itself, Matt. Right here, you're representing Discover Emmaus Weekend 2024. Tied. Thank you. We tied, everybody. We tied the
school record for most doers attending a fall semester due.
Like specific to fall due, we had 88,
which is tied for the most.
Ever. So
at least that's recorded that we know of.
This is true. And last spring we had over 200 people on campus. I believe 160, 170 being doers themselves,
with another 30 to 40 parents
and youth leaders. So man, it's been exciting. It's been
super exciting.
I mean, we've mentioned this before in the podcast. It's an exciting time to be in Emmaus Eagles, an exciting time to be here at Emmaus, either if that's for athletics, academics, whatever it may be. It is so exciting to be here with so much growth, opportunities, being a student for if it's in ministry, if it's in your profession, if it's for athletics, it's awesome. And we see that with two of our teams being ranked in the top 10 in the nation this week. Eagles! Exciting times.
Oh
man, if Eric was still here, he would have killed me for doing that because these are expensive. We are ranked. Expensive. We are ranked, Matthew.
Dude, Shane, and guess what? With soccer, this is the highest we've ever been ranked ever for NCCA. And what are we ranked?
Number 5.
Number 5 in the nation. 5. Holy cow, Shane.
So we did
which is the first time we've been ranked since November 19th. 2018.
No. Well, we were ranked earlier this season.
But that's the highest we've been ranked.
This is true.
Because the highest we were ranked that year was 9. Or was it 8? It was 8th. And this year, and now we're 5th.
I think the highest ever or the highest this year?
The highest ever.
The highest ever, I believe, is like 7.
It was 8th.
8th or 7.
I was like trying to go back and
that's right. I saw you digging
good recording.
See, that was a guess. I did a great job guessing, and I was optimistic with that guess
5th, too. Shane, that's
5th
crazy.
is awesome.
That
5th is really cool.
Super exciting.
We have Barclay to still worry about, which we'll get to.
They're ranked 4th.
We don't worry about them until conference play. Literally, our last game of the season, we talked about that last episode, is it could possibly be a banner game, pending the outcome of the Manhattan matchup that we have the day before. So could be a banner game for regular season title going into conference play a week before. So we'll get to that. But Barclay's also ranked. We got to worry about that opponent. And then, of course, Manhattan's always tough. Faith is tough. And we just pulled away from a strong victory the other day, which we'll get to against Maranatha. So, but volleyball, what is volleyball ranked?
8th.
8th
in the nation.
We've been telling you guys. We've been telling you. Just wait. 2 years ago, this volleyball team didn't win a game, and now they're ranked
8th in the nation.
8th.
And
2 years ago.
We were optimistic. We're always optimistic for the most part. We were very optimistic that year.
We're paid
and like
to be.
you said, the fruits of their labor are showing. 8th in the nation, undefeated in regionals, in the regional play, undefeated in conference. Crazy. 12. They're 12-2 this season.
Yeah. That's weird. We were looking at their record on the way here. Is volleyball is 12-2, soccer is 8-2-1. It's just
and cross country guys are the second fastest time in the nation.
Let's not even get to cross country.
Like you said,
top 3 for
what
both.
a time to be an Emmaus Eagle.
Top 3 for both men and women's cross country.
5th
for women's.
Yeah.
So top 5, we'll take it. Top 3 for men's. And
top 2.
We didn't even get our correct times
on the
posted
leaderboards.
in time. So we're
currently it shows we are 3rd.
Yeah.
But with the current time, we are actually 7 minutes ahead of 2nd.
But what did Coach Girardi tell you?
He said that we just forgot to.
Well, no, but like that we can just be a little sneaky.
Oh yeah, we be a little sneaky because they're not going to realize that we're 6 minutes faster, 7 minutes faster than they are.
We'll just show up to regional, show up to nationals, and surprise everybody.
Which we're hosting.
Good surprise. Yes. Which we'll get to next week's episode. We can't take away too much fun for next week's episode.
Nope.
But we do have regionals that we are hosting here, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna get some more information about that for you guys, for any parents or alum that are watching this podcast, so that you can be prepared to come support our Emmaus Eagles cross country team. But no, cross country's killing it, man. Dude, I guess it's like we hyped up volleyball and soccer being ranked, and it's awesome. But it's an exciting time to be Emmaus Eagle with Discover Emmaus weekend, homecoming weekend, both being successful week after week, literally weeks after each other.
I mean, campus was packed.
It was
back-to-back weeks. Like it was crazy. It was awesome.
It was great, and we just see that falling into everything, athletics, which we talk about, but academics, the ministry. I've never seen a student body more on fire for the Lord here in my 9 years. You've been here much longer, than ever before, and it's so awesome, man. It is
such
and like
a joy.
Being in enrollment, and not really taking credit for anything, but being in enrollment, that's where we get our satisfaction. Is these students that we're bringing in, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone who is watching this, the students we bring in are quality. Like, if you send your student here, we love them. We love your kid because they have made an impact on the campus here and people's lives and our lives, and we are so appreciative of it. And it's just exciting to have them here at this time with seeing the growth of Emmaus itself all around in all aspects. We only talk about athletics, but in all aspects, there's so much growth.
It's amazing.
And your student, your kid, is involved in that. Is impactful,
and we
in that
love
way.
it. We love them and we love it.
So
that's like one of my favorite things is during senior chapel of all things is reading the names of the graduates and seeing where they started their freshman year to where they are now. And it's just like, man, the Lord works and
we get to see it too.
And he works.
Being behind the scenes, helping these students come to Emmaus and seeing how far they've come. It's cool. Great. I mean, I was a goofball when I first started, and look at me now. And either way, though,
no Eagle.
It is an awesome time to be involved here, to be active here at Emmaus, especially with athletics. And what did cross country do this last weekend, Matthew?
Shane, cross country was at a race last Saturday in Cedar Rapids. This course is a pretty flat course, so it's known as a fast race. So because it's so flat, so a lot of runners go all out in this race because they know that they can PR because it's flat. Yep. Speaking of that, of PRing, we had 13 runners between the men and the women race. And
let me guess how many PR'd?
How many PR'd of the 13?
Maybe 3. I don't know. 3 is really good.
3 is really good. I'd go a little higher.
7.
A little higher.
8.
Way higher.
9.
Higher.
13. Shane, all 13 runners PR'd. It was truly amazing. Looking at the guys. That was Green Lantern. Ben Driscoll he had Green Lantern. PR'd. And he broke the school record again. I feel like there's a better sound effect. So he reset his record that he broke by over 1 minute and 24 seconds. So he ran 27 minutes and 53 seconds. Matthew Hanselman ran 29 minutes, 51 seconds. PR'd. Sam Stapley ran 29 minutes, 54 seconds. So we had 3 runners under 30 minutes. Which is so important when it comes to Vanderkraal nationals. Ran 31 minutes and 7 seconds. PR'd by over 2 minutes. Caleb Ness PR'd 31 minutes and 37 seconds. Dogs. And then Daniel Schilt ran
34 minutes and 8 seconds.
And that was his first race. First
8K ever.
Is pretty good.
Yes.
It's pretty good. And
very good.
To speak on Daniel's half, I mean, he talks for himself enough. But to speak for him, in high school, his 5K time, because I believe that's what they ran in high school, is very similar to Benjamin's 5K time in high school.
He was up there with him.
So that's what I'm saying is you give Daniel some time to run with the team, to get into shape off season. We're in season. We're pretty far into season, but off season, if he continues to run until next season and get into shape, he should be a person to watch out for.
Speaking of that, Will Caranda is back next race.
He's running next
race
for regionals.
So keep an eye out for that.
He's running
for regionals. Let's go.
You should have saved that.
Yes.
You should have saved that for next week. Ooh, I'm excited for Will.
So then the women, 6K, not a 5K, was a 6K.
Yep.
Sounds like though 6K is going to eventually become their race.
The average.
5K will go away.
Okay.
But 6K, Anna Caniglio PR'd 26 minutes 6 seconds. Kate Jansen PR'd 27 minutes 22 seconds. Augie Christensen 28 minutes 10 seconds. Riley Rath 32 minutes 30 seconds. Annalise Sweeney in her first race 32 minutes 33 seconds. Bria Tuttle 33 minutes 15 seconds. And Carolyn Rogers in her first race back 37:12. Which is awesome. So what a weekend it was for the runners. 13 runners, 13 PRs, new school record set again. It's a great time. And with the guys, like we said, their race time, second fastest in the nation behind the defending national champion, Bob Jones.
I don't want to take any hope. I don't want to take any hope away, but Bob Jones, they're very good. They're really good.
But we are right there.
We are.
Legitimately, our guys are right there with them.
Yeah, but sadly, when it comes to nationals, it's not about your overall time.
Yeah, you can't be like, my first race, I ran this. It's like, no, it doesn't matter.
Finish.
It's what you race there.
The number you finish, which we'll talk more about. So we'll get more into the national rules for cross country as we get to it. But it's for everyone who's listening, support the cross country team.
The Girardis are doing amazing.
They've been one of the most consistent teams we've had since they started.
3 years ago.
Yeah, but I can't think of a season where our cross country team hasn't really been in it. Now for sure, this is the first year we've had the men's team, right? But the women's team has always been in it. They've always been competing,
except last year. I don't think they qualified last year, but the year before they did. 2 years before they did.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But we had runners literally every first race of every year. And they've had individuals that have qualified.
And here's what's also crazy is that what?
That's crazy.
Kate Jansen has always been the runner, like the lead runner for our team, and Anna Caniglio has made a massive jump up this year to match her.
She had a phenomenal freshman year.
Yeah,
she had a little rocky sophomore year, but her junior year,
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
She's back in freshman form.
She's killing it.
Yeah,
she's killing it. So with Anna and Kate leading the pack for our women's team, and with Augie Christensen, who's been a fantastic addition for first year students, and the women's team is on fire more than ever before. And then
they have a lot of potential.
Yeah, and then the men's team, first year having a men's team, full team,
second time in the nation.
They're killing it.
Come on,
they're doing so well. And again, they're one of the closest teams to a family dynamic than a lot of the other sports. Not taking away from volleyball or soccer or basketball, but cross country is different. After every race, I think they go over to Matthew Hanselman's house and Allison Hanselman's house, and it's brother sister, and they have food. They eat. I think they made tacos last week.
Nice.
I think they also made some pie. I don't know.
Wow. I'm coming over next week.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Invite us over. We talk about you. Come on. Either way, a lot of excitement going on with cross country. We're super excited for them. And it's just getting better because they're taking a break this weekend from a race and really focusing on regionals and nationals. So regionals next week and then nationals
2 weeks
in November.
3 weeks
in November,
after,
I think. Or last weekend of October.
Well, this is best because the week off prep for regionals, excuse me, and then they have either 2 or 3 weeks where they can get healed up, get ready to go, and compete for a national championship.
Where's cross country? Oh yeah, middle of November. November 13th to the 15th is national championship for cross country. So
in Indiana.
Yep. So it'll probably be a little chilly. Either way.
Woo!
Showing some love for cross country.
Yes. We love you guys. Cross country. We do.
If you're listening and you're a student, make sure to give cross country runner a high five when you see them. Tell them good job, congratulations, and keep that hype up.
Right, Jenica?
There you go. Yeah, Jenica, goodness gracious. She always attacks Matt and I. She's like, you better talk about cross country.
They haven't raced in 3 weeks. I'm sorry.
I know. Either
Jenica.
way. Yes. Lot of excitement for volleyball.
Oh my goodness, Shane.
Tell me about it, dude.
All right. So we had 3 regional games since our last episode, where we had Friday night. They played Great Lakes Christian College and won 3-0. Mm-hmm. And then they traveled up to Maranatha for a tri-match, and they beat Maranatha 3-0. Mm-hmm. And they really badly beat Kuiper 3-0. So that put them...
You don't need to add that really badly. You don't need to add that.
I mean, it's kind of what it was. I mean, look at the scores, but that's fine. So that keeps them undefeated in the region. They go to Grace on Friday.
Big game.
If they beat, which Grace is also undefeated in the nation, and they are also ranked 9th. We are undefeated in regionals, and we are ranked 8th. Mm-hmm. So this is a huge game for the girls coming up.
I think the volleyball team knew, Coach Hannah, Coach Megan knew Grace was going to be the
because they
Grace and
won
Great Lakes were going to be
last year.
Yeah, Grace and Great Lakes were going to be the competition
regionals. That is
at regionals, and it's going to be one of us 3 that go to nationals, that win regionals and go to nationals. Now, if we continue our run and start playing and continue to play very well, who knows about the bidding? Who knows if Ozark will take a bid? Because they're hosting.
We'll see, yeah.
And who knows if we will, right? But you always know you are guaranteed a spot if you win regionals, and it is doable for our volleyball team.
Completely doable.
So this is a huge weekend for both volleyball and soccer, as they are both traveling to Michigan to play against Grace, and soccer also Great Lakes, which 2 huge regional matchups for them, but we'll get to that shortly.
Yes.
But volleyball,
man, they've made a run, like we said, 12-2. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Sophomores. And the 2 teams they've lost to, or like 12-4, because the 2 teams that they lost to at our level are ranked, I think like 3rd and 6th or something. And then the 2 teams that they lost to, the other 2 teams are NAI schools. So also huge accomplishment over the weekend for volleyball. Michelle Straley got her 1,000th assist of her career, which puts her 3rd all-time in women's volleyball at Emmaus for assists.
Yeah,
1,000 in 2 years is crazy.
That's really crazy.
It is.
She's a sophomore, everybody. She's a sophomore.
Still with 6 games plus tournaments to go.
She's got
she can make a big dent into that.
The thing is like all of our women volleyball players really they feed off each other. They work really well with one another.
They do.
With their skill set, the giftings that they have, and then the way that Coach Hannah and Coach Megan are able to really use that and adapt it to their scheme and strategy. It works very well, and they're just going to continue to grow. Hopefully, to get some new additions in the spring or in the fall, and it's exciting. Man, it's so
kind of scary.
Always exciting times.
It is
always exciting times.
So keep it out this weekend, because this weekend will be huge.
And I'm proud.
Should be if they beat Grace, which they should beat Grace.
We'll see. Don't say that. We don't know.
They'll be undefeated in the region, but the volleyball region is doing power ratings. But also, we have and would have the most wins. So
we'll have the most
power ratings. We should be the highest in power ratings. So we should have the 1 seed regardless.
Speaking of that, like in theory, we beat Grace. We are undefeated in regional play, and we might have the best record, or if not tied, if not close to the best record, with pending Grace, how they finish the season and how we finish the season with conference play, etc. You would think, and I think a valid argument that power rankings would push us as the number 1 seed, but
you never know.
That's why we have this podcast.
Yeah.
to be optimistic, and then behind the scenes to scream.
Whoops.
Don't.
Sorry. Forgot where it was for a second. Not.
Save it for a road trip. But I know. So we'll see how the schedule falls. We'll see how the rankings fall when it comes to regional play.
But great things.
But it's going to be it's already exciting for the girls team, our women's team for volleyball, and
I'm pretty sure this is the last regional game, and the rest of the games are conference games.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because we haven't played Manhattan yet. And that's going to be I can't wait for that game. Because playing against Manhattan is really going to show where we stand.
Because they're ranked 6th right now.
Yeah, but Manhattan just lost to the number 1 and 2 seed in the nation.
3. Sorry, 3.
It's Bob,
Boyce was 3rd, which now Boyce, the new number 1.
Boyce is now number 1.
And Bob Jones is number 4.
Yeah, so Manhattan, which is very surprising. Bob Jones took down Manhattan last year.
In the championship.
Yes.
National championship.
And the boys came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they're very good.
So we'll see. We can talk more about those teams as we get closer to hopefully a national run. And but then also with conference play with Manhattan. So to our women's team, it's exciting. Again, you see them in the hallway, students. Give them a high five. Give them some hype because this is going to be a big weekend trip to see where we stand in regionals. Because honestly, you win against Grace this weekend, you cannot not give us the 1 seed.
Right.
You have to. You have to. I don't care. Power rankings are dumb. Not saying whoever's running them is dumb.
The formula is dumb.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
Because one, at our level, you're not going to sit down and watch every single game and, or even travel to all the games to see who is truly the best based off who they're playing.
Well, especially like how the point system goes and like you get extra points for beating D3s. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just going to schedule all the worst D3s out there and get lots of power. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Why seed off of power rankings when you can seed off a head-to-head?
Which soccer is doing.
Head-to-head.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to transition, but head-to-head. Like, if your power rankings are like, I wonder who's the best based
power
off their
ratings
schedule.
make sense in like the top 5 when you're trying to pick an automatic bid.
Yes.
But when it's like regional seeding, like...
Because we don't play Bob Jones or Boyce.
No.
So how are they supposed to decide?
Right.
But the thing is like, I'm going to use power rankings to decide who ranks in region instead of, to see who's better. Because like they play head to head.
Right. You beat one team and you already jumped. Because like that was last year in soccer. Like somehow we got the number 1 seed in regionals in soccer last year. And we weren't.
We could say we're better than Moody and Maranatha. We beat them twice, right? We just beat Great Lakes, given it was a tough game. Some sets pretty close, but still, beat them in 3, and then Kuiper handed them an L too. So you can argue. No, it's a fact. We're better than them.
Yeah,
and we're not no pride aside. It's just record wise, we are better.
Yeah.
So we should have a higher seed.
Plus, it'd be different if we were winning. If we were undefeated in the region in 5 sets. Yeah. Everything's been in 3 sets.
I'm honestly just, beating a dead horse right now. There's no reason to, get riled up because nothing has happened yet, but
we'll find out soon enough.
There's one year, ladies and gentlemen, our basketball head coach had to travel down to southern Iowa to meet 2 other basketball coaches where they all tied in the regular season and flip a coin for who for seeding. Flip a coin. Essentially rock, paper, scissors. Who's going to be the 1 seed? I'm throwing paper.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
That was my senior year.
It was your senior year. It was a good team,
but actually,
we got a banner from it. We got
changed the rule after that year.
They did.
Because we should have been the outright champions, but if the rule they changed, we would have been.
Yo, I'm on this DC kick.
I know, me too. I got some too.
Diet Coke, baby. Oh man, it's such.
Shane, you're drinking a Pancheros. That's
I can drink from Pancheros. Chipotle's is better.
But yeah,
it don't matter to me.
Exciting times for volleyball.
Got DC. Oh yeah, volleyball. Great job, ladies. Give them a high five when you see them. Thank you for the support and love. I love the student section. You guys are keep doing what you're doing.
Great cheers.
But stop chanting "nice serve" after every serve,
because not every serve is a nice serve.
But also save it. If you use it every time, it's not as cool. It gets repetitive and annoying. But you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. But that's my only critique.
Okay. Volleyball, next upcoming game, Friday, huge game against Grace, like we said. And then next week, we got a tri-match against Faith and then Calvary is coming up. So Faith and Calvary next Tuesday at home. Yep. Games are at 2 and 6.
2 and 6. Looking forward to those games.
And dear Lord, please help the live stream to be working next week. Amen.
It's been tough this year. Wi-Fi issues, but those should all be fixed around basketball season. If not, next year for sure.
They better be fixed.
So lots of conference play coming up, and excited for the women's volleyball team. And then with men's soccer, they've been dogging, dude. They've been dogging. You tried to transition earlier. I forget what it was a good transition.
I don't remember something like that.
But ranked 5th in the nation, highest ever.
Dogs.
Exciting. We'll see how that plays out when it comes to playing Barclay, who's I think should be ranked higher than where they're at now. I think they're at 8.
Yeah, we're ranked above them.
Yeah, but Barclay looks really good this year. That's the game. That's my circle game of the season. But we talked about volleyball going to Michigan to play Grace this weekend. Volleyball is following suit to play Great Lakes and Grace, who are the top dogs in. I say dogs a lot, but they are the top teams in our region. If we want to go to nationals, our men's soccer team has to beat Grace. They have to beat Grace. If that's in the regular season, okay. If it's not, you have to beat them in the regional tournament. Most likely, Grace will make it to the championship. But this year, Matt, we talked about this before. It's been
a weird regional play.
It's been very balanced, balanced. And I would argue that when we play against teams that are very well disciplined, more disciplined than us, not necessarily more skilled, but more disciplined, we struggle. I think Spurgeon's a very well disciplined team. We struggled. We won. We struggled. Maranatha, very, 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 very well disciplined team. We struggled.
We tied
and won.
We won.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, Tuesday. 1-0 here, Jackfish Field. Awesome. Second time in school history we have beaten them. And we also have, I think, the longest
shutout win streak in a long time.
Yeah. 7. I think we're at 7 clean sheets. Someone told me 7.
Oh, we're at
Could
6.
be 6.
We have 7 total. We're at 6.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
but it might be the most clean sheets in the season.
It has to be. I mean, 7 is a lot.
So shout out to the back line, to Tucker Kappas. Back line has been
shifted around a little bit.
Shifted a lot. I know they moved Bennett Kreiner in the back line
Evans had
to help build some
tough injury
from the back. Evan's been hurt. James has been hurt. But then moving Carlos up. You have Caleb Hunter, you got JD Miller, you got Seth Carl, freshman.
Dog.
JD Miller, also freshman.
Dog.
So,
but yeah, I mean, look at it. I mean, coming off this weekend with the 2 games we played, 6-0 win against Oak Hills.
It's respectable. It's respectable. Obviously, they could have put in more, but they didn't. They missed 2 PKs, which is really sad.
Which is frustrating.
But it's we weren't going to put 15 on them.
No.
We probably could have, but we weren't going to. We played a lot of our substitutions, or a lot of our subs, and
Tucker didn't play
majority of the game.
Eli was in goal all 90 minutes that game.
Tucker didn't play at all, so you can't say Tucker had every clean sheet because he didn't. Eli had 1.
6 of 7. But Jake Matt, 5 goals.
5.
And the Carlos first career goal.
The Carlos. Yeah. But
super exciting.
Also, what was Jake this last week?
Also, because going into the game against Maranatha, Jake Matt received the NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Offensive Player of the Week.
Yep. Student Athlete of the Week goes to Jake Matt. So awesome. That's our second.
Well, 6 goals in the last 2 games. In those 2 games that week, 7 in the last 3 games.
Second player for our men's soccer team to receive this award this year. Tucker Kappas being won earlier this season.
He got the defense award.
Yep. So, man, this team, they look good. Very skillful. Probably one of the most skillful teams we've had. And
I mean, it's crazy with
I don't know
540 minutes of shutout soccer consecutive.
It's tough.
Last 6 games, we are 6-0. 14 goals we've scored, 0 goals we've allowed.
Our only losses this season have been to D3 schools with bigger programs, which is Ripon and Northwestern.
Yeah. St. Paul. Northwestern is in CCA Division 1.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So, yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's true.
But what a great game it was on Tuesday against Maranatha.
It was.
Having them
stressful,
come
but
down,
good.
Wearing our jerseys, beat them. Jake got his 12th goal of the year to win 1-0.
Yeah.
Which is, dude, to stay undefeated in regionals too.
It's true.
What a game.
And then we go into this regional matchup
crazy
this weekend, and hopefully we can walk away being undefeated in regionals. And looking at this
spectacular.
Looking at this last game against Maranatha, and honestly the whole season, the boys have done very well of really sharpening our defensive skills.
Yes.
Now there are a lot of moments that are scary, but they're able to.
There was probably 2 shots that were like, ooh, but man, we have Tucker Kappas in goal, and that man is really good.
It's more. I mean, not taking anything away from Tucker Kappas, but it's a lot more than him as well. With having that back line with Seth Carl, Evan Shields, Bennett,
two freshmen back there that are vital to the
Caleb Hunter. Caleb Hunter had a rocky game against Maranatha, but scrappy as always.
He's hurt.
Scrappy in a respectful way. He did, but he's still always a consistent player, and you need him on the field. If you can have him on the field for 90 minutes, you keep him on that field for 90 minutes.
Has one mode.
He does. It's go.
No, it's fully go.
Yeah,
he does not stop.
And then Josh Matt had a lot of. He was a vocal leader.
He had some key blocks too.
The other day, he did. He probably had the most energy. He played a full 90, but he had the most energy out of all those guys. And him and Jake both were playing the entire field.
Bunny.
They were playing the entire field.
I mean, I feel like there were times where Jake got a stop, like deflected a shot on our side, and then next thing I know, like 10 seconds later, he's dribbling down the field on like a fast break, and it's like, man.
And his shot was outside the 18. It wasn't a banger. It wasn't a banger, but it was a good shot. It was a good shot. He caught the goalie slacking a little bit, hanging too far to the right, so he kicks it to the other side of the post. The goalie's right, not his right. So his left, goalie a little too far over to Jake's left, kicks it to the far post on the right side, and just squeaks it in, and it was great. It was a great vision from Jake there, and that's what you get when you bring in high quality players who want to make an impact here, not just on the soccer field, but in leadership here in the community.
He's also on the student union team.
Yes, he is. So shout out to Jake. Shout out to the Mats. Louis doesn't get 90 minutes typically. Nope. He's a winger, so they got to run a lot, but he puts in good minutes every time he's in.
Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Matt too.
It's true. That's true.
We love you guys.
So, but no, our team, they're looking really good.
Oh, this team is good.
It's hard to see. It's very confusing, especially with men's soccer and women's volleyball, of where we stand in conference and regionals. I feel like we know more about where our women's volleyball team stands in regionals than men's soccer and anything. But when it comes to conference, where do we stand for women's volleyball? Men's soccer, everybody is beating each other. We're beating them so far.
Yeah, so far.
But it's tough to get a information about our opponent when they beat a team we tied against, or the team we beat.
Or they lose to a team we beat, or whatever it is.
And then they beat a team that that played really hard against us, but they smacked them. So I don't know. It's just really you can't really judge games off that. It's tough for at our level to get a good feel about every team,
right?
Because everything changes every year. You're playing college, and we say it every year. You don't think about what you got next year.
Nope. The time is
now. Volleyball, for women's volleyball, you can be more set with your players since it's a smaller bunch. For men's soccer, a lot more people, a lot more moving pieces. So it is also very difficult, but who knows what's going to happen with the women's volleyball team, the players, and how the Lord leads in their life. Maybe they transfer, maybe they want to be done with volleyball, focus more on other areas. Same with soccer. So we don't know what we got next year. We know what we have this year, and let's get it. And we have a women's volleyball team that can go to nationals. We have a men's soccer team that can go to nationals. 100%. We have a cross-country team that is going to nationals. That is ranked. That have speedsters.
I mean, playing soccer in Pensacola, Florida in November would be kind of nice.
It's gonna be crazy, and
but this week,
October is crazy.
It's gonna show us
where we stand. For men's soccer.
I have full confidence we can walk out this weekend 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, including women's volleyball too. With
anything can happen this week.
Yeah,
0-2, 1-1, 2-0, 1-0-1.
I'm a little less nervous for women's volleyball.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
But mostly because of the reputation of Grace when it comes to soccer. Grace Christian is really good when it comes to soccer. Great Lakes is always always competitive in pretty much every sport they have.
Yep.
So it's gonna be it's a huge weekend.
So you guys better tune
our
in.
teams.
Please
Yes,
tune in.
Tune in. Go to our websites to find those links to watch our volleyball and soccer matches. Also, you can find them on Grace's website. You can go to what you typically want to do is go to their athletic website, see if they have a fan zone, or go to the box score, see if they have a live stream option. You can always go to YouTube, search up the school's name, the sport, maybe even who they're playing against, which would be us. And sometimes, most of the time, we also post the link.
Grace does, or at least last year, they Facebook live streamed all of their games. Yeah. So if you don't see their live stream on YouTube, go check Facebook. Mm-hmm.
So look for Grace in Great Lakes this weekend. Grace will be Friday for women's volleyball,
Saturday for soccer, Lakes, Friday for men's soccer.
And the thing is, we were just talking about everything so balanced. Maranatha tied against Grace 1-1.
Beat Grace 1-0 and then lost to Grace.
Yes,
3-0.
that's right. Because they tied against They tied against Kuiper.
Kuiper tied against Grace 1-1.
Yes. So Maranatha beat Grace 1-0 on their home field, on Maranatha's home field. They travel to Grace
a few days later, I think.
Yeah, and they lose 3-0.
Yeah.
So what is going on? Who knows? It is really tough to play at Grace.
It is.
It's really tough. Their field is a little narrow. Their fan base is loud. There's a lot of woods around it too, but that doesn't. It might be nice to look at, but it's tough to play at Grace. It is.
It's not for city slickers.
No,
is what you're saying.
I guess so. Now, so we'll see how the boys do.
Yep.
I'm excited for it though, but keep up with our Instagram, our YouTube. Follow us, subscribe. But thank you so much for all your support. Keep in touch with us and all the events going on Emmaus. It's an exciting time to be here, to be a part of this community. Either if you're a fan, you're a parent, you're an alum, you're a student. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. We appreciate all your love, your support, your text messages, your gift cards. We don't get really any gift cards, but we do appreciate all your love, though. We love it, especially seeing all you families come to the games here. You guys travel, especially shout out to all the volleyball parents.
Awesome.
You guys are awesome. Not taking hate, no hate towards soccer parents, but the volleyball parents. You guys are special. You guys travel. You guys are road warriors. Thank you so much for your love for the team, for Emmaus. If you watch this podcast, if you don't, thank you. We love you guys. And it's just, we appreciate you. Appreciate you watching and making us a part of your day and part of your daily routine. Mm-hmm. But with all that said, exciting weekend. Keep up to date. And Matthew, what day is it?
Shane, it's a great day to be an Emmaus Eagle. PTN.